Yo, what's up, guys? Here's your Dawn Marathon, and I'm greeting you for my 119th marathon and the 767th half marathon. Today I have tested the Suunto 7 thoroughly, and here is a short review with the pros and the cons of the Suunto 7, Suunto in general, and a direct comparison to Garmin in general. So let's go into detail. I will name some pros and some cons. First of all, this is a fantastic watch for non-runners and for runners. The smart functionality of this watch is really great. You got Garmin Pay, Google Pay, Google Pay, of course. You got the many apps. You can listen to music. You can quickly navigate through the screens. You can download anything you like from the store, from Google Store. You can change your watch faces. You're having a watch face with the heat map of Zing City, for example, as in my case. And you have something never heard of in the run mode. You can access all of your laps, which is fantastic. You can see every single lap while you're running. So today during my 42k run, that was very special because I could navigate through the laps while I was running, and that was really great, an option which I cannot do during the run with the Garmin, for example. Here you got the many different stats of my marathon today: 3:24:10, 42.2 half time, negative splitting for 8 consecutive months now, because I ran a 1:42:45 and a 1:41:25. So the ascent is also adjusted and it is perfect. It is more precise than in Garmin. It is 83 meters. Usually I would have done here over 100 meters in this area for a 42k run, but this is really more precise because they're relating to the actual Google map. Then there is another perfect option when you are having your auto lapse during the run. You are not only able to save the auto lap, but you can manually push that button and to do your manual laps. And now here's the catch. It's not a catch, it's a trick. You can, in retrospect, not only look at the 1 kilometer laps, but also at your manual laps. So in Garmin, when you're pushing your manual lap, that's it. Your 1k lap split is gone. You are having a new lap with the manual section which you are pressing during that time. So Suunto is keeping the auto laps plus your manual laps. That is a nice feature. Then you can navigate through your phone while using the run mode. You can go out, you can go to the apps, you can, if you had your phone, you could even answer to messages and stuff. So in fact, that is not necessary, but it's a nice option because you can readjust something in case you forgot something. You can go through the settings and change whatever you like. You can change your display, the power, everything. What else is great? Mm, the look is nice, of course. The weight is 70 grams. It's slightly lighter than the Phoenix 6X series. But I think that's just about it. That's just about it. as a pro. Now let's get quickly to the cons. To the cons. Now, the problem. Problem number one. When you're going through your laps while navigating during a run, you cannot edit your data screens. The data fields, it can only be edited via the Suunto app. The second con. The problem. You cannot put your goddamn music into this watch via the desktop PC. You cannot drag your files into it as you can do in Garmin, where you can also use the Express software. You can also drag your files directly into the watch. My son is tripping again. But in this Suunto, you cannot drag your music files to this file because it is locked. It's just as the iPod Shuffle, the iPhone stuff, you cannot open them on your desktop PC. You need to do that via Spotify or whatever. You need to have access to your phone. So in other words, I cannot listen to music if I'm not having my smartphone with me, and that's bullshit. Now the other big shit is the heart rate frequency. The heart rate monitor, it cannot be used with a strap. There is only the Suunto 9 which has a strap, and this doesn't have a strap, so I had to rely on my frequency on the heart rate, which is given by the optical heart rate sensor, which was, of course, as they all are, shit. So unfortunately, the quality of this very sensor is not good enough so that I could not use it, and therefore I'm not having heart rate at all, because this one is shit. And in other words, if you're a runner, forget about the Suunto 7 because of these main two disadvantages: music and heart rate stuff. The third thing, however, is the display. When the sun is shining real bright, you cannot see the details. Right here in my dormitory is quite dark and I can see it everything, but when the sun is shining I cannot clearly see what's on my screen because the data field is very thin. The thin numbers, everything shown in there is very thin, and you cannot focus on your stats because you have to focus on the road. So that's very dangerous looking at your stats. Here the summary is quite big, but when you're having those 6 or 7 datas on your watch, you cannot see. I can show, for example, here, and let me start this. And the other disadvantage is that I need a couple of seconds until I put back on the screen, too many tenths of a seconds, and that's taking me too long, and there is no on-screen possible, so that's truly annoying. And here you can see how thin the data field actually is, so that's obvious, very obvious. You cannot really enjoy this watch if you're a serious runner. So let me summarize this. Suunto 7, professional athletes, no go. Suunto 7 for recreational runners or for gadget freaks, alright. So I'm gonna have to sell it. This is it for today. Garmin stays the king, as I always said. Peace out, your Don Marathon.